The Valley County EMS District contracts with 3 fire districts. Those contracts are with McCall, Donnelly, and Cascade, and it's to provide emergency services. On November 5th, they are asking voters to pass a levy that would increase property taxes starting in fiscal year 2026. It's the 3rd time since 2023 that they've asked voters to approve the levy. It's failed twice before, and if passed this time, the levy would take the current rate of $12 per $100,000 of assessable income there and up to about $35 per $100,000, which is about a $23 increase. All that said, Aspen Shumpert caught up with the EMS district today about what's on the ballot and what people should know.
The EMS district says emergency services in Valley County have been underfunded for years.
We're at a tipping point in Valley County with growth and with tourism, and our resource load has been built on the Valley County of 25 years ago.
McCall Fire Chief says that was pre-Tamarack and pre-development. The current rate of $12 per 100,000 of assessed property value was set in 2007 when fire districts were operating on a volunteer EMS system.
If somebody needed an ambulance, there was nobody at a station. People got paged out. They went to the station. They got an ambulance. They responded. We just don't really have those volunteers anymore. Nobody does. It just volunteerism and that commitment to do that is not there.
Since then, a lot has changed. Now the EMS district is operating with full-time positions and continues to see an increase in call volumes.
In the last 12 months, our average firefighter has averaged 60 hours a week, based on the amount of overtime they're covering. So that model is just completely unsustainable.
If passed, this year's levy proposal would take the rate up to just over $35 per 100,000 of assessed property value. It could make it so the fire districts are fully staffed with EMS and eliminate people doing 2 jobs at once.
You're having trouble recruiting and retaining people. And some of that is wages. Some of that is commute. Some of it's accessibility to housing, fair housing, or economical housing, the cost of living in Valley County, all that stuff. So we're working our folks more and more.
Right now, people at the fire districts are trained to be in the fire engine or the ambulance.
If we were to stop doing ambulance transport tomorrow, I could guarantee more consistent and reliable fire protection than we do today.
What are your biggest concerns if this levy doesn't pass?
My biggest concerns if this levy doesn't pass is then now what? And we really don't want to see our friends, families, neighbors, or visitors negatively impacted when we really have a pretty reasonable solution to this growing issue.
If the levy fails, the district could be forced to cut services.
If, and God forbid we do, we have to start scaling back services. Paramedic service would be one of those things. And then we're going to look at who has the most call volume. And we're going to have to probably remove a 24-hour 7 employee or ambulance out of the slower district. And that's most likely Cascade.
Which for a rural community could affect response times.
I really want to see Valley County covered adequately with EMS, fire, and law enforcement resources. Because we're so remote and it takes hours for us to get additional resources from our partners in the Treasure Valley.
This levy will need to pass by a 2/3 supermajority vote, which is 66 and 2/3 Joe. Voters can visit the EMS website for more information about this levy.
It's also interesting because Valley County is a spot where so many tourists, they go to that area, and those are not necessarily taxpayers in the area.
Right, and that was actually got brought up in our conversation of why should the people that live there have to pay for the influx of people that come in seasonally.
Yeah, it's a big conversation across Idaho, paying for growth. Aspen Shumpert, appreciate your time.